Hey everyone. I have to say, the second game has a way better soundtrack than the first one. We're actually listening to the second game soundtrack. The first one was really short and had a really badly recorded song on it. I don't know what the point of it was, but for those of you who are joining me, we are playing Still Life. It's a murder mystery game. Continuation of Postmortem. Postmortem starred Gus MacPherson. He's in this game as well. However, we're playing as his granddaughter, Victoria MacPherson, because this takes place in present days. But you do switch between the two. Ah, that's why... Okay, I just figured out why OBS was giving me trouble before. Dropped like 60 frames for no reason. It's because I was installing software in the background. Yeah, so we played chapters 1 and most of chapter 2 on the first stream. Basically the story goes like this. There's a bunch of murders happening, mainly prostitutes in Chicago, in present day Chicago, and Victoria goes to her father's house to find her grandfather's things, because he had gone through a similar trial back in the day for crimes that were being committed back then, also with prostitutes. So when she's thinking about him or reading about him, that's when she flashes back to Gus in the past. And it's a pretty interesting game. I like it a lot better in Postmortem right now. It's point and click adventure, and I'm curious to know where it goes. It's more procedural, whereas the first game was you just going around talking to people, trying to find info. So right now we're in past, whereas Gus MacPherson, and we just found a burnt out neighborhood. We need to see what's going on here. So this is where we're at. Switch this over. There we go. This is the GOG version of the game. I have the second version, the second game, the sequel to this. We might wait to play it. Let's see how far we get into this. So we're kind of investigating the town now. Who is this? This be the killer?
Oh my. Has my friend here stolen this from you?
He has, yes.
I cannot help but be embarrassed. You see, I taught him to retrieve shiny objects for me, and he does so remarkably well, don't you think?
Yes, he does.
Being a coachman in an industrialized world is not quite what it used to be.
I just noticed I have to put a limiter, a frame limiter on this game in order to play it. Their lips are moving so fast. That's ridiculous. Let me put that on. This game is in caps, so it runs at like at least 1,000 frames per second on my computer. So let's cap it. There we go. Cap it to 60. The game tends to crash sometimes if you run it too fast. That's better, I think.
Who are you?
On good days, as I mentioned earlier,
See, now
I
you
work
can
as
see
a
his
coachman
mouth
for the
move
odd tourist or for
correctly.
the prostitutes who want to make their way through the city at a bargain price. On not so good days, my friend, whom you've already met, becomes a thief to help me make ends meet. On bad days, I'm merely reduced to being a homeless bum.
So you know some of the prostitutes around here?
Yes, I do. I've driven them here and there through the city streets. They hire me or their clients hire me, either because I'm cheaper than a taxi or they appreciate the rustic look.
Very eccentric. The voice acting is really good in this game, except for this part right here. Gus seems to be mailing it in.
Do you know any personally?
I knew one personally. On certain occasions we would exchange pleasantries, but most of the time I would just drive. She was very young to be doing what those animals wanted. Her name was Vladana. She was only 16 years old.
She was?
Yes, I haven't seen her in a long time. I fear the worst.
So he's saying he's a coachman for the prostitutes, kind of helps them out here and there. He might very well be the killer.
You said her name was Vladana. Are you sure it's not Inezka?
Very sure. Vladana reminded me of a girl I once knew as a young man.
You must surely know about the murders.
Indeed I do. Anyone who lives in this district knows. That is why I fear for Vladana's well-being. May I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Who are you, and why are you so interested in the local problems?
I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Gus MacPherson. I'm a private investigator hired by the prostitutes to help stop the murders. They are, for obvious reasons, worried about the situation and have no confidence in the police's competence.
Admirable, Mr. MacPherson. Admirable indeed. I have to admit that I have lost all hope in humanity. The things I have seen during my miserable life. You, Mr. MacPherson, have restored my faith.
Have we now?
Tell me, is it true? Is there a new one that washed up on the shore of the river?
She didn't wash up. Never mind, that's not important. Unfortunately, yes, there is.
Did you see her?
Yes, I did. Don't worry, my friend. Her name wasn't Vladana. She was known as Frantiska.
Thank you, Mr. MacPherson. You've reassured me.
Interesting fellow.
Where are you from, sir? If you don't mind my asking.
I'm from all over Europe, it seems, sometimes. I usually don't stay in one spot for very long, but I've stayed here for a while now. My legs don't allow me to travel very far, I'm afraid. But to answer your question, I'm from London, England.
Wondering if he's in a wheelchair. I doubt he'd be up there if he was in a wheelchair.
Come now, you used to be a detective or a cop even, right?
I'm a simple coachman and wish to remain that. I ask you to no longer continue in this line of questioning, please, out of genuine courtesy.
Very well.
He doesn't want us to ask more questions about his personal life.
You said that the body did not wash up on the shore.
No, she didn't. She was, forgive the expression, dumped there.
How is this possible? There is only one way a man can travel throughout the city without being seen, Mr. MacPherson.
The sewers.
Precisely. He is using them to move back and forth, limiting the possibility of witnesses. I've stumbled on a few underground passages in this city, but I never found any in this neck of the woods. Maybe you should start looking for some. It would certainly help you in your investigation.
Have you talked to the police about your theory?
Yes, I have. But who listens to a homeless bum? Especially not one who outwits the inspector. That Inspector Skulnick is quite a unique individual.
Unique, huh? Is that Latin for asshole?
That's the one thing the first game and this game have in common. The cops are just a-holes. They're like lazy a-holes, at least. But this is Europe. So the first game took place in London. This one takes place in Prague, at least this part. When we go to present day, we're in Chicago.
Is there anything else you can tell me that might help me in my investigation?
I'm afraid not, Mr. MacPherson. Only that little theory of mine. I'm only a coachman trying to survive, and this little fellow helps me.
Speaking of which, may I have that ring back?
Dear me, of course.
Is he going to actually give it back to us? It's evidence.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
It's quite all right.
And there's the ring. If we go into our inventory, we can actually take a look at it better. That's what I like about this game. You can actually view it and see if there's anything fascinating about the evidence. Maybe important. I don't see anything here. The ring obviously belongs to somebody. We gotta find out. We found it at the murder scene, right above where the woman was murdered or found dead. Top of a fountain. The photo. Okay. Is there anything else we could do in here?
I have advice to offer you, Mr. MacPherson. Never take on a suspect who is rich and powerful.
It's good advice, I would say. Oh, there's our friend, the one that Gus is in love with.
Ida, what are you doing here?
I found something that might help you.
Weren't you supposed to see the doctor? Ida, please don't do this.
Do what?
Help.
Why can't I help you?
Because it's dangerous. Don't you know there's a seriously deranged man roaming the streets preying on women?
Oh, I can handle myself.
I don't doubt that for a second, but I'd like to know that you're somewhere safe so I can concentrate on the case and not worry about you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what have you found out?
Oh, it's really good. I was asking a few questions of some of the women. Anyway, one of them admitted that she'd heard that one of the victims survived an attack and was hiding in the scrapyard.
That's great,
Right.
but how reliable is the source?
I have to admit it's only a rumor, but isn't it worth taking a look?
Yes, it is.
Be careful.
I will. Stay off the streets, but first go see the doctor.
Yes, I will.
I'll see you later. And Ida,
Yes?
thanks for the info.
You're welcome, and I love you too.
He's kind of in love with her, but she's a little ditzy, I'll say. I guess we go to the scrapyard now. It seems like every bit of evidence we investigate, we end up finding a new destination on the map. Let's see what's over here.
This reminds me of the Madison Avenue arsonist case I worked on.
Yeah, this whole town looks like it was burnt down. For what reason, I don't know. Good old Prague. There's something back here? I think this takes us back to where the statue is. We could leave altogether, possibly. What's up with this place anyway? Yeah, this isn't the main setting of the game. This is just the small piece of it. He's having flashbacks again, like he did in the first game. Something about that. They might have dumped a body in there. That's all he gets out of there. Alright, we're gonna head out to the next destination. So you already don't say you don't know. Yeah, there's a slight delay, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not sure why it burned down. But, I guess that's like the slums of Prague, and obviously our friend with the white hair lives there. So the settings in this game are better than the first one, I'll say that. That's the burned neighborhood. That's all they have to say about it. The lingerie store, the old chapel, the park. There's the junkyard. Okay, let's go there. I don't know if you... I'm on mobile? Oh, okay. That's why. Yeah, I don't do no latency streaming, so because of that, there's like a 10-second delay always. On top of probably what mobile gives. How would I inspect the car?
Uh-oh. I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, we don't want to run into this guy. This guy wants to beat us up. He wants us to stop investigating. I mean, this is our car. Do we really want to go look at it? That's the only other thing we could do.
What kind of a moron parks there?
Probably the moron that's waiting
What
to beat us
kind of
up.
a moron parks there?
Okay. So before we go talk to the thug out there, maybe we try the lingerie shop? You may not want to go in there yet. The lingerie guy, the thug works for the lingerie guy.
Hey, Kubina, open up. We need to talk.
What do you want?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
About?
First off, I'd like to clear the air between us. I'm not after your girls. I'm just trying to find the killer, and that's
He's a
all.
pimp.
You expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't. Everyone wants something. Just stay out of my business, MacPherson.
Yes, I do want something from you, but it's not your girls.
I'm listening.
Let's exchange favors. I'll do something for you so you can see I'm on the level with you. In return, all you have to do is tell that ape that's working for you to leave me alone.
Actually, there is something you could do for me, MacPherson.
I thought so. The gorilla's brother is locked up, isn't he?
Yes. Roman is a good resource and is the girl's main protection. Without him, let's just say, if you can spring him out of jail, I'll tell the gorilla to leave you alone.
Okay, so we gotta spring this guy out of jail, then the gorilla leaves us alone, and then we can go to Scrapyard to get the rest of the info and see if there's actually a surviving victim there. This is gonna be interesting.
Why'd he get arrested?
It was some sort of incident with the police. He supposedly punched one, I heard.
So, we have a deal then?
Wait, not so fast. Why do you want Peter off your back?
I need to talk to the person he's protecting.
Ah, Vladana?
Yeah, we need to talk to Validadana. She's possibly at the Scrapyard?
So she really exists.
Yes, she does. Spring Roman from jail, and I will let you talk to her.
Maybe they're two different
To be
people.
quite honest, I figured you'd be more difficult to convince.
MacPherson, we both win if you get this killer off the streets. When you catch him, business will return to normal. Now go. You're wasting time.
Alright. Okay, so we struck a deal with the lingerie guy. Dialogue is completely different than Postmortem. Yes, it is. Postmortem was okay. Actually, it was made 2 years before this, or 3 years before this, so it was a little primitive feeling in terms of point and click, trying to do that 3D style. Plus, it also had an engine that allowed you to skip around to different parts of the game and not do it in order, which made the text seem not so orderly. Like, you know, you would get information out of order and stuff like that. At least it doesn't have the same cameras and animations, etc. Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't. They really changed this up. This, I think, Still Life was also released on Xbox. I could be wrong. This came out right after Siberia. It's from the same people who made that, so that's why it would have more of a modern feel to it. So kind of more like BioWare games, KOTOR, Onward. Yeah, I guess. It's still point and click, so you know, I agree with you on that. This kind of feels almost like a point and click Resident Evil type game, kind of. Like the early Resident Evil games. Alright, so now we gotta go to the jail. Police station. I'm also glad they removed the music from the background when you walk around, like in Postmortem, and it's just like ambient. You could hear his footsteps and whatnot. I think that works better in this setting to make it more spooky and kind of, you know, go for that vibe than, you know, to have the music constantly playing on a loop. It would start to get annoying towards the end.
Hello again, my friend.
Ah, Mr. MacPherson. What brings you here this fine evening?
Yeah, it was Xbox
Well,
too.
I need a favor.
I thought so. What can I do to help?
Eventually we'll play the second game, but let's get through the first one. The second game is not as good as the first one, I hear. They made a couple of decisions which kind of ruined the menus and items sorting in the game, from what I heard, and there's also some crazy puzzle mechanics too. Just by watching a few minutes, I couldn't tell it had anything to do with Postmortem. Absolutely. This is the character from Postmortem, Gus MacPherson. Other than that, you wouldn't have known. This also takes place in a different area, Prague, and a different time. This is in the 1930s now, I think. Whereas Postmortem took place in the 20s.
I need you to be on the level with me about the Shiner.
What do you mean?
Come on, Kaz. What really happened?
Why do you ask?
Hey, creature. Yeah, that's actually a coincidence. Somebody picked me to play Half-Life Opposing Force after, so this is the prequel to Opposing Force.
The man you arrested yesterday, is he the same man that protects Otakar's girls?
Yeah, he is.
I thought so. I need this man free, because I can get precious information on the case. Can you help me?
Yeah, I can help you. But I'd have to ask a favor in return.
Everybody wants a favor.
I would have been insulted if you didn't ask. What can I do to help?
Well, it's sort of embarrassing.
You can trust me. It's about the black eye, isn't it?
Yeah. The night I arrested Roman, I noticed something missing. My medal was gone.
You have a medal?
Yeah, I got a medal for bravery. I saved some children from the fire that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Attaboy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Anyway, I noticed my medal was gone, so I went back to see Apollina.
Apollina has his medal, possibly? Yeah, I played Half-Life. I played Blue Shift. Now we're supposed to be playing... I wanted to play Opposing Force this year. I haven't played Opposing Force yet. So we're going to play that after this game. It was requested, so... I was going to play it maybe by the end of the year, but I was like, let's get it out of the way now, since it was requested. Opposing Force is interesting because you play as one of the enemy soldiers, as you know.
Why'd you go see her?
Well,
Never mind, I gotcha.
she stole it from me. I have no idea why. Maybe she needs the money, but I need that medal back. My wife is getting suspicious about it.
Uh-oh.
It's my pride and joy. And saying I
Cheating on
forgot
his
it at
wife.
the office just won't be good enough when I go home. Please, get it back for me. I love my wife and kids. I don't want to lose them over something so stupid.
Relax, my friend. I got you covered. I'll get that medal of yours. Just make sure that you can free Roman for me when I return.
Thank you, my friend.
I'll see you later.
We're going to have to get this medal now. That's for sure. I don't mind. How hard can it be? Probably a new destination on the map as well. Played them both for the first time in April. OF was very short. Opposing Force. Yeah, what I like about Opposing Force is I don't have to go back to Zen. Blue Shift, you go to Zen. And obviously Half-Life ends in Zen. And Zen's a pain in the butt. I don't like it as much as most, but was still pretty good. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I thought Blue Shift was really good. Let's see if it's any better Opposing Force. Love when people don't want to leave a message. There's a gate back here. Can we go that way?
A locked gate with a car behind it. I'm definitely not going through there.
Huh. See the fountain too?
I never figured out what that was.
Might be for later on in the game. Let's go back to the map. Apollina was... I'm trying to think where she was. I think she was at the park. Whoops. The problem with this game. My mouse, if it goes off the screen, it minimizes the game. Park it is. Oh, there's 2 women here now? Interesting.
Oh, you again. Stop wasting my time.
Wait a second, will you?
You are truly annoying.
I have information for you. It's about Roman. Interested?
What is it?
First of all, you're gonna have to give me the medal you stole from Stasek.
Why the hell would I want to do that?
Yeah, let's get that medal.
So you admit it. You did steal his medal.
Yes, I did. That son of a bitch didn't pay me, so yeah, I stole his precious medal. Just because he's a cop, he can hump me and leave me without paying? Hell no, not me.
Okay, so what happened?
He came to see me when he finally realized that I had it. He started grabbing me and threatened to arrest me. Roman happened to be walking by and he broke up the commotion. He ordered me to go home, so I left.
Well, let me finish the story for you. He got arrested for punching Stasek in the face. Now Roman is in jail.
So, what do you want from me?
Get Roman out of jail. Put 2 and 2 together here, lady.
I need that medal. Stasek is willing to let Roman out if I get his medal back. Get it?
Of course I do.
Okay, listen, everybody wins here. Roman gets out, Stasek gets his medal back, and you...
And I get screwed for free.
Look, I'll pay you what he owes you, okay?
It's not the money. Here, just take the damn thing and get out of here.
Alright, we got his medal. Now we could free roaming from jail. Let's talk to this other woman here. We didn't see her here before.
Good evening, Milena.
Oh, it's Milena.
Hello,
Okay.
Mr. MacPherson.
She's the young woman we talked to at the beginning of the on the murder investigation.
I'm glad to see you're feeling better.
Thank you.
If you don't mind me saying so, I really don't think you should be working right now. It's too dangerous.
Well, I'm not working. I'm sort of keeping an eye on Apollina. If she leaves with a weirdo, I'll follow them.
That's very kind of you. But how can you tell when a client is weird?
Trust me, I can tell.
Okay, well, I won't distract you any longer.
Ada's a very lucky woman.
Good evening, Miss Milena.
Good evening indeed. Alright. So now back to the police station. We give back the medal. We free Roman. We hope. Yeah, the graphics aren't too bad for this game. They weren't too bad for Postmortem. This has better anti-aliasing than Postmortem. This is playing at 800 by 600. You're watching it at... What are you watching at? I have it set to 960 by 720, 4x3. So it looks pretty decent so far.
Here
Could be
you are,
worse.
my friend. As promised.
Ah, thank you.
How about your end of the deal?
I'll be right back. Here you are, your new friend, Mr. MacPherson.
Who are you?
He's not going to like
Let's
us,
just
is he?
say I know your boss. He's waiting for you at his shop. I'll meet you there later.
Well, thanks for springing me, mister.
You're welcome. Well, that concludes our agreement. Thanks a lot, Kaz.
You're welcome.
Alright, nothing else to do here, right?
Ah, I'll finally get the wife off my back.
Happy I could be of service.
Alright, we're out. Let's go back to the lingerie store. Let's see if they'll get him off our back. We should be close to the end of chapter 2, then we'll go back to present times. Was it the junkyard? No, we have to go to the lingerie store first.
So, go tell your brother it's okay if MacPherson goes to see her.
Okay, boss.
Well, MacPherson, looks like you held up your end of our agreement. I'm sending Roman to talk to his brother, which will conclude my end of the deal.
Thank you for getting me out of there.
You're welcome.
I'll see you soon.
Yes.
And now, I've just honored my part of the bargain. You may speak with Vladana anytime.
I misjudged you, Kabina.
No, I don't think so. I have my reasons to protect this girl. Here, before you leave, this might come in handy.
Ooh, lockpicks. We learned how to use those in the first game.
Thanks. You sure you're not a nice guy after all?
No, I'm not. Now get out of here.
I'm guessing they're lockpicks. They look like them. Alright, so that's taken care of. Now we go to the scrapyard, I think. Junkyard. What do we have in our inventory? We have the ring, the photo, and the lockpicking tools. Alright. Trying to think where there might have been a locked door that we could pick. I'll let us pass now.
Come here, my friend.
Okay. Please. Can't breathe.
Let go of him, Peter. You're hurting him. I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Then just say thank you. Thank you.
Again, you're welcome, my very large friend.
Gustav, wait! I want to show you something. Stand here and don't cross this line here. Oh, no, not this again. He always does this with the new guys. So don't move, okay?
What is he doing?
What's going on? Hey guys, I just want to talk to the girl.
He only likes raw meat.
What? Oh.
I gotcha!
Oh no, the dog's chain is gonna... Oh my goodness. That idiot. He let the dog get loose and everything. Good one, Zero Dime. Always good on the sound timing. That was like right out of a cartoon. I expected that was gonna happen, but it's a bit of a jump. So what do we have here? And what do we do? Dope. I don't know why I keep minimizing the game. Hold on. Before we go in here, let's have a look around. Dog's out there. You can go behind the shack.
My guess is Vladana's in one of those old tramways. Trick is to figure out a way to get to it without getting my ass bitten off by the damn dog.
Oh, see the boxes? This is what I'm thinking we need to do.
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
Cut through that. I think we're going to need to rearrange the boxes so that we can get over here without the dog attacking us. So how do we do this? This looks like it might be a crane. It's got some buttons and controls inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stuck, right?
The crane seems to be locked.
Of course.
The crane seems to be locked.
We are locked out. Can the lockpicks help us? I doubt it.
The crane seems to be locked.
Yeah, I get it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brain is locked. Is there anything else I could do in here? Let's go outside. I could go downstairs, but not without getting attacked. Can I go this way? Like across this tree?
Not a good idea. Peter said it liked raw meat.
You won't even go down there because it likes raw meat. What do we do? I know there's some boxes. Oh wait, something's here. Pliers, okay. That'll open up. Take off the chain on the boxes.
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
See, this is a crane right here, and I guess it picks up these two boxes, but we can't pick up that one, can we?
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
Yeah, I get it. The problem is I need to be down here to cut it. What else can I do at this moment? Nothing else, right? I won't go down. He won't go downstairs because of the dog. The other guys just ran away. I would think we could walk across here to something, but...
The crane seems to be locked.
Crane is locked. All he touches is that lever on there. Don't need any of these items. I'm pretty sure the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has something to do with it. Part of the puzzle. Don't see what it would correspond to, actually. Alright. We have to, we'll look up a little hint, but I'm pretty sure we can get this done. He's only going to look down from here. Is there anywhere else we can go?
Not a good idea. Peter said it liked raw meat.
We had some raw meat, we could throw it at it. Fortunately, we do not. So how do we get out of here? Connor's report on the victim in the park lockpicking guide. Yeah, we're not picking locks yet.
Not a good idea. Peter said it liked raw meat.
Peter said it liked raw meat. So is there raw meat around here that we need to give to the dog to distract it? Bet you it's in one of those crates. There has to be something here we could interact with.
The crane seems to be locked.
Crane seems to be locked. Get a little bit of a hint here. Those numbers on that map or diagram on the wall need to correspond with something, I would think. Try the bolt cutter on the crane handle. See, usually when I need to try something, it gives me the hand icon. So it's not giving it to me now. Just to use it on something. Hang on, let's try it. Hey, Gore Junkie.
The crane seems to be locked.
Hey, psychological analogy. How's it going? I owe you a vinyl review, don't I? Let's figure out this crane and I'll do it. Hopefully I got something good for you. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that the other day. Whenever somebody redeems points, there's no alerts for them. So unless I specifically see on the activity tracker for Twitch, it just doesn't work. Let's try Gore Junkie's advice. Let's try to use this on there. I know we need it to get the boxes unstuck down below. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to use it. And all you can do is that.
The crane.
On your first account, yeah. How's it going, guys? Let me see. I'm using UHS, so UHS just gives you hints. It doesn't give you answers. The dog has me trapped. What do I do? Explore the area where Gus climbed up to discover your next goal. We saw that. We saw where the boxes are. I should put in the redeem to let you know it's redeemed. Well, I could see it on the activities feed, but I have to keep my browser window open for that. What I should do, yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to have it do an alert sound every time something is redeemed. Like maybe just pick a word and put a sound to it. Oh, no problem. I'll wait for you to come back before we do it. You're onto something there, I think, Creature. So what do I do with the crane? Controls for the crane are located inside the tiny building. The first thing you need to do is unlock the crane controls. Control panel to unlock the crane is located on the wall of the crane building on the opposite side from where Gus first climbed up to the ledge. So it's outside. That's why I was confused. I was like, how can it be? This isn't it. So we need to go to that side, I think. When someone clicks the thing, they want to say redeem, it says, please let me know you have redeemed this. That's a good point too. I could do that. Or I could set up a sound that's like an alarm sound or something annoying. This is what we needed. That's what I didn't see. I'll figure it out, but you're onto something. Okay, so this corresponds with the diagram on the inside. That's what it has to be. Yeah, one way or the other, I'll do it. I don't understand why Twitch hasn't figured it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's easy. Like, why wouldn't Twitch make it so that you get some kind of sound, or like even Streamlabs hasn't tapped into that yet? Oh, no problem. We figured out this puzzle. Or I thought we did. How do I do this?
I can't use that here.
Can't use the bolt cutters. Definitely not the lockpicks.
I can't use that here.
Now it's locked. All right. If you could figure out the correct order for all these, we have the correct order. Yeah, we know based on that diagram. Okay, this is how you do it. So you click on it, and then you tell it where you want it to go. The top row has to be 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay. Let's put 2 in the upper right-hand corner. For now. Slide 6 over here. Then I can't pass 1 and 2. Hold on. 6 goes there. 1 goes here. Put 6 here temporarily. Then 4. Then 2. Well, the problem is we need to get 3 up here. I can't move that there because 3 is now blocking. Okay, so let's put 1 up here temporarily so we get 6 out of the way. We'll put 3 here. It's 4, 5, 6 across the bottom. So now 6 will be in the right spot. Okay. Now we gotta get 4 down to the bottom. Put hide 3 here. Put 1 here for a minute. Actually, 1 should probably go in here so I get 4 past 3. Three goes to the right. 2. 4 comes here. 1 goes past here. That's wrong though. Hold on. Let's put 1. Put 4 here. 1 there. Hold on. Put 2 in here. Put 1 where it belongs. Now the 2 just needs to go in there. We just got to get 4, 5, 6 in the right order. Put it there, and we got this. Lights on. Okay. Let me save this. We're going to do a record review now. Psychological analogy, if you're in the channel, let me know. I'll find the record in the meantime. And then we add light. Yes, you're here. Alright, let me get an album. Hang on. I hope this will be something you like. I know your taste in music. This particular album is from the band Sister Sin. Beautifully drawn cover there. Sister Sin is a Swedish rock band. Unfortunately, they broke up. They were really good. I've been to many of their concerts too. This is them. This is the lead singer, Liv, and the rest of the band. I don't know why in particular they broke up. I guess they weren't getting anywhere with their record label, so they just decided to go their separate ways, I would think. But it's a really good album. If you like bands that kind of borderline metal punk, this is one of them. Very nicely drawn. Oh man, that's some Mark Riley quality work there. Yeah, I don't know if it has the artist's name on it anymore. This album's called Black Lotus. It doesn't give you the name of the artist. Yeah, but they were really good back in the day. Let me give you a link to their music. You can check them out. I'll give you a link to this particular album specifically. So Mr. Sin, Black Lotus. They released 4 albums altogether and then they broke up. She's in a new band, but they're more like metal now than they are straight up rock. So is it called Black Lotus? Yeah, it is called Black Lotus. Why isn't they take all their music down because of copyright violation? Nice. That's what I did. The whole album on here. Yeah, the whole album is on here. I can't play it because if I play it, I'll get a copyright strike, unfortunately. But I could surely share the link. This is the album right here. You can listen to the whole thing on YouTube. There you go. Yeah, I was into a lot of like foreign bands, Swedish bands, Swedish punk bands, bands like International Noise Conspiracy, Refused, a lot of metal bands from Finland and Scandinavia in general. I liked Within Temptation, Children of Bottom, obviously before Alex, the lead singer, passed away. So, yeah, a lot of bands from that area I really liked. I like that Viking metal kind of sound too, somewhat. But, you know, have fun with it. And wish I could show you more or let you actually listen to it or see a music video, but I'll be jamming to this drawing while drawing. Yeah, it's really fast paced. Let me know what you think of it, or if anybody else like gives it a listen. Definitely let me know. I'm curious. There we go. I'm sorry I missed that psychological analogy the first time around. We're gonna fix that though. Creature's giving me some ideas. All right, let's go solve this murder mystery. We have the crane working now. I'm gonna buy a new keyboard soon. This one's like keys don't always Don't always work right. I've had it for like 10 years too. Alright, so the crane is working now. Alright, so here are the controls. We need to put the boxes in certain places to block the dog. We put this one down there. These two we can't pick up because they're tied together. Yeah, there's a little ladder here. I'm wondering if I could jump across. Or if they need to be next to each other. I was gonna put them right here to block the entranceway, but I don't think we actually could. Let's try this. Well, we could at least get on the first box. Can he jump to the second one? No. We use the clippers on the wire clippers, cutters on this box. We cannot.
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
I think we need to be closer to it in order to use it.
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
Okay, so the boxes are possibly not in the right area. I think I need to put this box next to that one so I could go over there and cut those two in half. Then I could set up a wall. Possibly. All theory right now. Let's do this again. Yeah, right there. That's where we need to do it, so we can walk over and cut the chain. I think we have this figured out. You get the little hand icon in the corner. That tells you to use an object. 2 more down. Perfect. I think we need to walk over here. We think this might be where the woman is that we need to go and talk to. So we gotta move boxes around again. Gonna make a wall, like a straight line, I think. The dog is still running around down there. Pick this up. See how this has a little bit of a ladder here, and then it has the 2 planks that are going this way? I think that's what we need to make it our way towards, I think. Yeah, and then we can put the other 2 here. This will get us across. It won't keep the dog away, though. There we are. Not a bad solution. I did it.
Who's there?
I'm Gus MacPherson, PI.
Hey, Dr. Goa.
Must be Vladana.
So this is his granddaughter in present day times. I'm sorry, I accidentally changed the volume.
Hello?
Hi, sweetie.
Gotta
Am
wait
I
for it to go
bothering
away
you?
now.
Not at all. I was just reading something and I guess I really got into it.
Do you want me to call you back?
Really, it's okay. What's up? You don't sound too good.
I called her.
Oh, Samantha?
Yes. I need to talk.
I'll be right there. Where can I pick you up?
At work. Just come down to the morgue. I still have a little work to do before we go.
Okay, you take care. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, that dog, the only thing that dog was gonna eat was us. So at least we get out of that situation. So that was it. Now she's in present time. She was reading about her grandfather's case back in the day, and that we were actually living it through his eyes, but we'll go back there at some point, I think. I don't even know who it was who called. Somebody named Claire. I don't think Claire's the woman at the police station we work with. You know how you love to watch me work. Of course you do. Of course. All right, let's look at her, not her files, her log. Anatomy lesson, nope. But there was a way to look at what everybody's dialogue was. Claire's report. Yeah, Claire's the person who gave us the report. She's the woman who conducted the autopsy. Cause of death was drowning. Blunt trauma did not cause the death. That much we know. All right. Let's go say hello to our dad. He's downstairs, I'm assuming. Could go back into this room. I don't know. Computer. Guess that's the Windows 95 screensaver.
One of my grandfather's old paintings. It's from when he was in Paris, I think.
MacPherson, 1927. I'm doing good, Dr. Goa. Hope you're having a good day today. Hope work is good. Uh-oh. Thought she was stuck. It's her grandfather's painting. I don't think there's anything else we could do up here. That was the whole Hackers movie, Windows screensaver. Yep.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, sweetheart.
Did you ever read any of Granddad's memoirs?
I've read some of them, yes. Did you find something interesting?
Yes, I found his memoir from one of his cases.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's the one in Prague.
Yeah, today feels like that day where you just don't want to work. You just want to just vegetate for a while. We had a really nice start to the day, and then it started raining, and it just got gloomy. And I got my work done, so...
Did you ever read that one, Dad?
You know, sweetheart, some things are better kept buried.
Dad, answer the question.
No, I never read it. I asked him once about what happened in Prague, and I could tell it was a very painful memory, even though he did his best to hide it. After seeing his expression, I never wanted to know what happened there.
So I gotta ask, who's hyped about the Mortal Kombat movie? I'm hyped to see it. Do I think it's gonna be great? Maybe not. It's gonna be more, like, crazy fun, I think. Are you enjoying this game? I am. I'm enjoying it. It's way better than the first game, I think, puzzle-wise. Remember the game where you had to help me figure out what was missing in the photos and the paintings? This is the sequel to it. And we had one instance where we had to compare a photograph to an actual scene, crime scene. So we had to compare the two, kind of like we did in the first game with the paintings, but...
Did you ever ask Grandma about it?
No, I didn't bother either. Like I said before, some things are better left buried.
Did you know about Grandma?
Yes, I did. Where are you going with this?
Dad, I wasn't judging. I just wanted to know if you knew.
Weren't you going somewhere?
Dad, I was going to meet Claire.
Ah, Agent Claire Ashby. She's one of the best in her line of work. I always love it when she's on the stand. I hope everything is okay with her.
Yes, she's just having a hard time talking to her daughter. I better get going, Dad.
Okay, Pumpkin. Victoria, I'm sorry.
No, Dad. I'm the one who should be sorry. I shouldn't have gone there.
It's okay, sweetheart. Sometimes I forget. It's your job to ask questions.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. If they do have good humor and they make fun of themselves and they don't take themselves seriously, like, you know, I'm seriously gonna rip your heart out of your chest, it'll be a decent movie. Canadian voice actors, PG. You know, it's gonna be what it is, but I'm just gonna leave my brain at the door and watch it. Save here. Now that we're in present time. We need to go see Claire again. Go out the front door. I haven't even seen a trailer. I think I might have seen like parts of a commercial. That's about it. I just want to be pleasantly surprised by it. Fifth murder scene, the office, Pat's house. Pat's their dad. Let's go back to the office. We need to see Claire. I don't know what this thing is. It's the flux capacitor? What is this? Why would you have this in a car? Oh, the game? Sorry with the Canadian accent. I didn't pick that up. The original studio was French, so they had a lot of French actors doing the voices of the first game. At this point, they might have been bought out by an American developer. Sorry. Claire's in the basement. She's still in the morgue, that is. The heck is this guy?
What the?
Sweetie! What the hell are you doing?
Me? I thought you'd...
Oh my god. Go look at the security cameras.
Somebody was effing with the dead body. Whoever the Phantom of the Opera guy who took the elevator out of here was. See if there's any footage. Oh, someone's there. He's still in the parking lot. Is that the person? There's a chance it could very well be the killer. Who else would go in there and mutilate a body? Dead one, nonetheless.
Screw it, it never works anyways.
These action sequences transcend anything they did in the first game. I kind of like them. It's turning into one, right? They start throwing babies out a window to catch them. And it is John Woo. I hope you know the movie I'm referencing. As if not, you need to watch it. It's hard-boiled. Alright, so we didn't catch him. Very unfortunate. Reminded me of Face Off? There you go. Oh, maybe he dropped something here. Check the garbage can.
My God, it stinks in there.
It's not. Like a deck of Magic the Gathering cards on that side.
Miss December, wow. Even God would say, I didn't make those.
Jeez. Alright. He left nothing in here. Let's talk to Claire. Hard Boiled. It's a Chinese action film, obviously. The whole movie is dubbed, I think. It has subtitles. And it's just one giant action movie. Sergeant Tequila, aka Chow Yun Fat. And there's actually a video game that's a sequel to it called oh man, what's the video game called? I know I suggested it for DRS to play and I can't remember the name of it. It was actually directed by John Woo, the game. Stranglehold, that's it. Stranglehold, the video game, is a sequel to Hard Boiled.
Hey.
Hey, are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'm okay. I ran after him. Son of a bitch got away.
Well, the important thing is that you're okay.
Yes, we are.
So, what happened on your end?
I never thought my own lab would become a crime scene. The suspect left this, a photo of a young woman, and wrote "Next" on the back. I need to send this to the lab for further analysis.
Where was it?
He put it inside her. He tore the stitches open just below the sternum and slipped it inside.
Oof.
Do the others know?
Yes, I called upstairs and Todd answered. I told him what I know. He's expecting you and he didn't sound too happy.
I can imagine.
Todd's gotta be our boss.
Forget it. It can wait.
Are you sure? Hey, Browning can wait.
Really, sweetie, it's okay. Go.
Okay, going upstairs to deal with Todd.
Okay, I'll fix the mess down here. I'll tell you if anything turns up.
I'm just assuming Todd's our boss. I have no real idea. Is there anything else that we could look at? I like the one we had the camera, because then we could actually take pictures of pieces of evidence. That was a nice touch at the beginning of the game. What does she have in her inventory? She just has the Lumber Tech security card. They took away all our items after she came back from the crime scene. Yeah, we were in the 30s before. The first game post-mortem took place in the 20s. The flashback scenes here take place in the 30s and 40s, but we're in the 30s still. This, of course, takes out place when the game came out, so it's 2005. And it keeps going back and forth, which I kind of like. It breaks it up that way. And the first game took place in London. No, Paris. The first game was Paris. This game,
Hello?
1930s, is Prague.
Oh, hi, Richard.
You left the gallery in a rush and you never called back, so I got a little worried. Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry about that. It's just we found another victim and some really weird stuff is going on.
Oh, God. How are you holding up?
I'm very tired, and I'm in dire need of unwinding, like we did 2 nights ago.
True, that was very relaxing. I have an idea. Come down here and I can show you the new exhibit, and after we can go unwind.
Very tempting, but I have to decline.
Aw, why?
Well, I have to go get yelled at by my boss. Anyways, why are you so excited about this exhibit? I've never seen you so into your work.
Oh, it's because I sort of discovered this artist. Actually, it wasn't just me. Some people from the University of Chicago's Fine Arts Department helped a little. We discovered him at an auction. He's from LA, but originally from Chicago. His name is Mark Ackerman. The department and I purchased most of his pieces, but we're still looking for some. Anyway, we got enough to make an exhibit.
Richard, I'm sorry. I really have to go.
Oh, sorry. You know how I get started.
Yes, I do. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, honey. You be careful now.
I will. Bye.
Bye.
Boyfriend's a gallery owner.
Yes,
Alright, so he's been on the phone for the last 2 hours, this gentleman over here on the left.
Yes, I know, but...
What the hell is going on? What's this I hear about suspects breaking into the morgue? Agent MacPherson and Detective Miller, I want to see you both in my office, now!
Yes.
And while you're at it, one of you can get me a cup of coffee.
Coffee?
Victoria, can you...
Don't sweat it, Miller. I'll cover you. Anyways, you have the report to finish. I'll even get his damn coffee.
Next on Chicago Vice, Agent MacPherson gets the boss a coffee.
Miller, don't make this any harder than it already is.
By the way, I have some good news. Come and see me after.
Can you give me a preview?
It's about the data correlation. I think we might have something.
You didn't tell,
No, I wanted to check with you first.
Okay, I'll see you after.
This is the first time I ever had to make coffee for someone in a game. That wasn't a food-oriented game. Coffee machine's right here. We have to get his mug first. Interrogation room. Got his name on it. Todd. This is the coffee machine. It's one of these weird electronic ones that you find, like a coffee dispenser, not really something that you put coffee grains in. It's more like what they give you cappuccino out of at a Dunkin' Donuts. It's trash. Trash coffee. No, no, don't pick it up. Drop it.
I never work without coffee. Of course, when it comes to this coffee, I'll make an exception.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I have no use for napkins.
Would think your boss needs napkins for the coffee, no? Let's get back. Oh wait, did we talk to Miller first?
I think he likes it black with 2 sugars.
Yeah, right, whatever.
check our messages. Nothing. That was a weird computer. Alright. Into his office. Maybe getting him the coffee will get some browning points with him.
Here's your coffee.
Thank you.
Coffee.
In what new way have I pissed you off this time?
I distinctly remember asking for both you and Miller. Ugh, never mind. I just hope you haven't forgotten that he is your partner.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Now tell me what happened tonight.
The perp entered, I assume, through the garage.
Claire already filled me in. I want to know what happened outside.
I pursued the perp with the 4x4 into the alleyway. He climbed up a fire escape to the rooftop. When I got up there, he gave me a surprise blow to the shoulder with a 2x4. He got away through the other fire escape.
Shots fired?
Yes, one.
Any leads so far in the case?
Besides what the next victim looks like? No, not really.
We're not sure of that. Claire is running it through the database to see if we get a hit.
Is that it? 'Cause I'd like to get back to work now.
Consider yourself on probation.
Probation?
What? Why?
I've seen it before. Agents get too involved in their case and lose it.
I'm losing it now? I think you're just pissed because we look like schmucks on the news. It's all about image, isn't it?
No, this is about your recent behavior. I'm worried about the progress of the case, and I think you need a break.
This is bullshit.
You're only proving my point.
You know, Browning? I usually get kissed before I get fucked.
Oh, wow. Telling that to your boss? Police captain? Jesus.
So, is everything okay?
Not really. I'm on probation and he'll probably take over the case.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that from him. From her.
What's this big lead you were telling me about?
I did what you asked. I correlated the info on victims 4 and 5. I got something, but it may be nothing.
Try me.
You've said that the last 2 victims probably knew our perp because he covered their face. Well, I got a name that's common to both victims. A Vaclav Kolar. Also, I tried linking this guy to victims 1, 2, and 3, but no go.
How did you get the name Vaclav Kolar?
I read Claire's report on the 5th victim. In it, she added a picture that was found in the victim's purse. On the picture, there was the victim, a girl, and a guy. The guy reminded me of someone. He's actually one of the people I interviewed for the 4th murder. He was her tutor at the university. I went back to read my own report, and it's the same guy. I'm sure of it.
Any relationship between the 4th and 5th victims?
As far as I can tell, they didn't know each other, but they had this guy in common. Maybe he deserves a second interview?
Vaclav
Definitely. I'll go along.
Kolar.
He's seen you before, so it might make things go smoother. Make him less nervous.
Let's go find Vaclav Kolar.
Hey, so what happened downstairs?
We think the killer broke into the morgue and left us a picture of the next victim.
You're kidding, right?
I kid you not. A bold SOB, I'll give him that. You should go down and take a look at the picture. Claire needs to do a few tests on it and send it off to the labs.
Do you think it's safe to go down there?
Sure it is.
Okay, I'll go have a look.
Okay, and I'll give Kolar a visit.
I sent the address to your 4x4's navcom. If I have the chance, I'll go interview the latest victim's friends. Maybe I can talk to the other girl on the photo.
Good idea.
Navcom? What's a Navcom? You mean a GPS, right? This was 2005, so GPS is... Maybe when this game was in development, might have been starting to become popular. Like the Garmin's, not on your phone. I mean, I didn't know anybody who had one until 2008, so... where are we going? We are going... Go find Vaclav Kolar. I'm gonna save the game right here. There. New item on the map. Okay. Assuming this is where he lives, can we talk to her? He doesn't want to be talked to. Let's go upstairs.
Who is it?
Agent MacPherson, FBI. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
I have time for the pretty agent.
May I come in?
Sure.
It's gonna hit on her, isn't he?
Sorry I asked.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
No! Minimize it again. There has to be a way to keep the cursor in the screen. I gotta figure that out.
Did you know a Natalie Kenworth?
Yes, I did.
So I imagine you also know that she was murdered about a month ago.
Yes, and I already talked to a police officer about her.
Yeah, I know, but I would appreciate if you could remind me. How did you know her? Friend? Just a classmate? Were you intimate?
I was her tutor. She was studying in criminology, and I was helping her with some of her classes. She came here often.
Navcom Systems Inc., a small business, is a high-quality manufacturer of electronic assemblies. The facility is located in Warner Robins, Georgia, 400 miles south of Atlanta. We strive to form long-term teaming partnerships based on trust and quality service. Wow, so Navcom's a real company. Interesting. I wonder if they were making, like, or experimenting with GPSs back then, 2005.
Do you know Cynthia Woods?
Cynthia Woods? No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Maybe a photo would help.
Oh, yes, I have seen her before. She's my neighbor's friend. I saw her at a party. That picture was taken there.
So you're not close to Cynthia?
No, she's more my neighbor's friend. I think I saw her twice in all, at the party and once in the hallway. Why?
She was found brutally murdered in an abandoned apartment building.
You don't think that... Hey, I'm always in here working on my thesis. I never go out. I went to Mia's party because she invited me. I think she invited me so I wouldn't complain about the noise.
Sounds like a military SAC tech term. Yeah, Navcom. You picked the right one, though. Electronic assemblies.
Mia's the other girl in the picture?
Yes, she's my neighbor.
Your thesis, what's the subject?
I'm doing it on a serial murder case called the Perlovka Ripper. It happened in the late 20s.
Well, you don't say.
Are you familiar with the case?
You could say that, yes.
Perlovka Ripper? Is that her grandfather's case?
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Sure, I'll even print you up a copy.
A student in criminology, huh? Did you ever get Professor Pratt?
No, but I know him. I've had several conversations about weird unsolved cases.
Does he still have bad BO?
BO?
Body odor. In other words, he stinks.
Yes, he still does.
Okay, can I have the copy now?
Sure, I'll be right back.
Look around the
Now's my
apartment.
chance. I should swipe something to get prints.
Swipe something to get prints. How do we do that? What can we look at? Why is this hanging from the ceiling? There. Oh, no, take them back. It's definitely got more than just
It's not a
prints on it.
sample of semen that I want, but fingerprints.
Oh, okay. Wrong one. Yeah, this definitely has fingerprints on it.
This will do nicely.
Here you are.
Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to read it.
I'd really appreciate your input if you ever have the time.
Will do. You're not planning on leaving the country?
No.
Fine. Thanks for your cooperation, and I'll keep in touch.
Planning on leaving the country. He said something about his neighbor. What if we take a look down here? Anything? Nope. Alright. Let's run his prints. Where's my blacklight? Would have worked with the magazine, but they took it away from me after I left the crime scene. I don't know why. This is all we have now, a bottle and our security card. This game also plays a little like Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit.
Hey, it's me.
Get that kind of vibe from it.
Nothing much. I was just calling to say I was on my way to visit Victim 5's roommate. Maybe she can tell us more about Vaclav and the other girl in the picture.
No need, I know who she is. She's Vaclav's neighbor. Actually, I just finished the interview.
How did it go?
He's harmless. Anyways, he doesn't fit the profile. But I did nick a little something with prints. I'm taking it over to Claire for comparisons.
Great idea, but we can't use it though if he checks out.
I know. Call me if you get anything interesting out of the roommate.
Will do. Bye.
Bye.
Miller is such a dope. Hopefully you get some information from us. Or for us. Yeah, we could have used our blacklight in there. Some scotch tape to lift the fingerprints with rather than taking the bottle. I guess we go back to the police station now and run his print. Is it going to send her upstairs? Do you tend to remember most of the clues or write them down? Is this playing out pretty literally, or do you have to remember stuff to use much later on? It's pretty linear, so you don't really have to remember too much. There's stuff like codes and security locks and stuff that you need to get the codes for, and then take them and be able to like, you know, translate them. Like they'll give you numbers, but you got to match them to symbols and stuff like that. So I usually write that stuff down. A lot of the other stuff, like, oh, here's a bottle with a fingerprint on it, you don't have to worry about in this game too much. It's not very LA noir. Like, I'm assuming that game is more of a detective game. Give me a second, I just need to... It's not that complex. Like, kind of like the first game, you just got to remember, like, certain tidbits, usually numbers and stuff, like I said. all of the stuff we've had to remember so far was in the past, not in the present, so. Do I really need to go talk to him?
I really don't want to talk to him right now.
Okay, let's go over here because there's equipment that we could rely on to scan a fingerprint, I would think.
That won't work. This is used to lift fingerprints.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to lift the fingerprints.
This is used to lift fingerprints. A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
So how do we use these to lift the fingerprints?
This is used to lift fingerprints.
But that's what we're trying to do.
This is used to lift fingerprints. This is used to lift fingerprints.
We're not using this correctly, are we?
This is used to lift fingerprints. This is used to lift fingerprints. A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
You know, we need,
This
I think...
is used to lift fingerprints.
I got that. Don't we need the Scotch tape to do this?
This is used to lift fingerprints.
So I think it was only a couple of years ago I learned that fingerprints are subjective matching technology. Really? I thought they were supposed to be unique and...
This is used to lift fingerprints.
That's interesting. Am I not
That
supposed
won't
to?
work. This is used to lift fingerprints.
Got it. But
This is used to lift fingerprints. This is used to lift fingerprints.
let's check it out. How would we lift fingerprints? That's why they've moved on to DNA, exactly. I would think DNA is a little more specific too. Because you could always like move your finger and smudge a fingerprint and it's not exact anymore. Where? Like this is all the equipment I need to lift the fingerprint off this bottle. Starting with Scotch tape. Where can I lift Kohler's fingerprints? First, make sure that you have an object that has Kohler's prints on them. We have that. Unless it's the wrong object. Victoria won't lift the prints until she's instructed to do so. Okay. Okay, so we're not supposed to do this first. We need to talk to Todd, maybe. Maybe we go talk to Miller. Let's talk to our boss one more time about this. And if not, maybe we should talk to Claire. Todd's out.
I really don't want to talk to him right now.
Okay. Todd would have been the right person to talk to about this. Yeah, apparently this says you need to have somebody tell you to lift the fingerprints and then, or talk to you about the fingerprints and then you could lift them. Take that. What is that? What did we just take? More files? Take a file. Kohler's thesis proposal. I'm gonna have to read this whole thing. Man, this is wordy. Goes on and on. I was wondering if this was the case about her, yeah. Further research into Mr. MacPherson's background revealed that he fled New York in the winter of 1922 following allegations by the city's police force that he may have been responsible for an unsolved homicide involving a former client. While in Paris, MacPherson apparently worked as a painter until he was drawn into l'affaire White, an investigation of a double homicide at the Hotel Joffre. Alright, so this just tells you what happened during the first game. Okay. Alright. Interesting. So we played it. I don't have to read too much into it. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here? Go talk to Claire if she's here. Yeah, there's powder, there is tape to lift the fingerprint with, and then there's a laminator to laminate it, the paint, the fingerprint with. So all the tools are there. It's just that we can't use them yet. Wrong floor. It was indicating we need another item.
Hey. Can you check this bottle out for prints and compare them to the partials you got on victims 4 and 5? I don't think we'll hit anything, but I'm curious.
Curiosity killed the cat.
But a cat has 9 lives.
Let's stop the cliches before someone gets shot. Can you at least extract the prints for me? Once extracted, the computer can compare the partials.
Sure. Remind me where the stuff is?
The powder's upstairs on my desk near the plastifying machine, along with the brush and lifting tape. When you're done, just give me the print and I'll handle the rest down here.
Okay, I'll be right back.
We were just there trying to do that. I needed you to tell me that to do it. Wow, okay. Could have just let me do it. We had all the items in front of us. I was gonna say, it'd be fun to actually do it in the game, but... We have the powder, we have the scotch tape, we have the laminator. Let's have some fun with it. Okay. Now we put the
This
powder.
is gray powder, useful for finding latent prints.
Hold on. No, don't put it away. I need that.
This is gray powder, useful for finding latent prints.
Put that down. Let's take the paintbrush, put it in the powder. Guess you needed the official word before you... The code can't move to that it can move to that sequence, yeah. Yep. We got the prints. Let's turn the bottle around. There you go.
I can't just use the brush.
Scotch tape. Or
this will do nicely for prints.
this will lift it. We get a print. Yeah, something had to trigger it in the code, I guess. This is cool, though. We get the laminated.
That won't work.
What do you mean that won't work?
A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
Do we laminate the prints? Is that it?
That won't work.
Maybe not.
That won't work.
Alright, well, we got the print. Fuller's fingerprint on the tape. Oh. Was there anything else on the bottle that we didn't look at? Like, were there other prints on the bottle? See, clearly it has a print when you pick it up. But there might be more on it. Try it again. It's the one we lifted. There's more on this side. Another one here. So there's more than one we need to lift. That's what I thought.
I can't use that here.
Why not? There's more fingerprints.
I can't use that here. I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
Okay, they're trying to tell us that the fingerprint we
Can't
have
use
is
that
the only
here.
one that's necessary at this point. Got it. Now we go back to the morgue, and then we talk to Claire, and she'll match it to the partial that she found. Hopefully we get a match out of it. Let's talk to her friend.
I'm all done with the prints.
I'll have the results soon. Where are you off to now?
Back to my dad's. I've got some reading to do.
Well, okay. I'll call you if I get something.
So we're going back to the
thanks a
past
lot.
now. I like the police procedural stuff in the present time, but I'm really digging 1930s Prague. Seems like the game focuses more on that than it actually does in present day. Because we were in the past for a good half a stream at least, if not over an hour last time. Alright, back to Pat's house. It almost looks like he has stained glass windows, but he doesn't.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, Dad.
When do you think you can do those cookies?
Oh, geez. Sorry, Dad, I forgot. I have time now.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not a problem, Dad. A promise is a promise.
Alright, he wants us to bake cookies. Wow, we're actually baking cookies in this game. Flour. Oh, with the measuring cup. There's got to be a recipe here. Half a cup of love. 1 cup of love. Half a cup of what? Generosity. 2 cups of commitment. 1 cup of sweetness. Half a cup of integrity. 1 tablespoon of romance. 1 teaspoon of sensuality. 1 common sense. In a bowl, cream together generosity, sweetness, and love. Give your man a sweetheart. Give him the motions, simply sift together commitment, sensuality, and romance. Finally, add intelligence, a mix of common sense and integrity. And beat it with the rest to make your perfect man. Give him a form and place in the oven. Remember not to overcook. Are you kidding me? For a gingerbread man. I'm just gonna guess. Clearly, these are 2-size spoons. Brown sugar. Just put all the ingredients in. This has to be the ginger on this side. Lots of ginger in there. These cookies are gonna suck, aren't they?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Tikaru, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome, raiders. Might be behind a commercial. I think I put in way too much of that. Like vanilla extract, maybe? Or molasses. Alright, so it's molasses. Let's take the milk. Put that in. I don't have any bubble gum. It's okay. It's okay. Don't need any. We're making cookies. Trying to make a gingerbread man here. But the recipe is not what I expected it to be, so. So we're gonna make really disgusting tasting cookies. Let's put in an egg. I don't know how this is part of the game, but it is. So she mixed it, put it in the oven.
No, this doesn't taste right.
Yep. Doesn't taste right. She has a recipe here, but it's like 1 cup of love, half a cup of generosity. It would have been nicer if she just said, oh, it's a cup of sugar, a cup of milk, 2 cups of flour. Oh, the game's going pretty good so far. We keep going between the present time and the past, but it's really good. I like it compared to the first game. First game had a good story. It just wasn't executed as well as this. So what do we think a cup of love is? Because I have no idea. Bring together generosity, sweetness, and love. Generosity, sweetness, and love. How's these going? I was lurking for a bit as well. You were on the beach when I saw you trying to grab some items. Generosity, sweetness, love. No idea. Like, how do I even know what this is? Hold on. Is it, if I put my cinnamon, ginger, molasses, going good? Though the bug quest right now at the end ripped me a new one. I had to fight so many of them that they kill me with 1 hit. It's time to grind. Milk, flour, butter, brown sugar. Take a picture of this. I can't do it with a screen grab though. I have to do it with my phone. I don't think this is important to finish the game with, so maybe we'll go back upstairs and read more about what her grandfather had to say. Nah, I beat him. Dodging to the max. Awesome. This is the 7th game in the series. There's 9, I think, right? Let's see if we can go back upstairs without making them. At some point in this game, we have to learn how to make them. Probably thinks we're making them right now. Oh, don't tell me we can't proceed without making the cookies. Oh, we could. Oh, it's the 8th one. I don't know why I thought it was a 7. La Cremosa of Donna. That's the 8 one. Go back upstairs and look at your grandfather's stuff, and we'll be in the past. That's it. Are we gonna read something? Probably means I need to make the cookies in order to read. Nope. Let's look at everything.
I can't get back into my reading now. I still have things to do.
Really, you're gonna force me to make cookies before I could read. Let's look at the ingredients. 1 cup of love. One cup of love could be butter. Let's get a hint. First, we will need to take the ingredients listed in the recipe and relate them to each of the standard ingredients for gingerbread cookies, which can be found on the counter. Note that the recipe uses cups and half cups. The measure on the counters are not in cups, but in millimeters. 250 millimeters is the equivalent to 1 cup. 125 is half a cup. So that we need to know. I did not know that going into this. And we have to switch measurements. 250 equals 1 cup. 125 equals half a cup. There are 2 parts to making a cookie. First, get the correct ingredients into the mixing bowl. Mix the ingredients. If you make a mistake, click on the garbage icon in the top hand corner. She throws them out. We tried that already. Look over the recipe ingredients carefully for clues as to how to correlate each item to the recipe with an item on the counter. For example, look at common sense. What could that be in terms of normal food ingredients? How the hell am I supposed to know that? Common sense isn't measured. It doesn't say 1 cup of common sense or 1 teaspoon of common sense. Look on the counter for something that wouldn't be measured. An egg. This is too cryptic. Alright, I have the recipe. It's right here. So. 1 common sense. That has to be an egg. Let's pick up an egg. Let's throw it in. Let's try to figure this out. A cup of love. TJ and Son Marketplace. 2 cups of commitment. Molasses. One cup of sweetness. So sweetness has to be the sugar. Brown sugar. Hold on. Is this gonna tell me what it is? 1 cup of sweetness. Go with the smaller one. I don't know how I'm gonna figure this one out. Half a cup of generosity. Teaspoon of sensuality. Cinnamon. Ginger. Alright, so we have common sense. See if I can draw on this. Yep. Common sense is done. Hey, Effa. Yeah, and everything's measured in not like reality here. It's measured in like 1 teaspoon of sensuality, 1 common sense, 2 cups of commitment. How's it going, Hefe? Maybe you could help me solve this. I already figured out that 1 common sense has to be an egg. It's the only thing that you don't measure. And 1 cup of sweetness has to be the brown sugar, so we have that. Look at this crazy recipe. Yeah, it sounds tough. Like, if you're generous, what are you generous with? Spoon of romance. Like, what would the romance be? I'm almost tempted to look it up, but I'm trying not to. Because I can't proceed in the game until I make these cookies for my dad. 1 teaspoon of sensuality. I mean, we have cinnamon, and we have ginger, and we have molasses. So which one of those is sensuality? What is this? Butter. Like, how am I supposed to know that commitment is butter? Could be flour. I'm gonna go through UHS, I guess, because pay attention to what the recipe needs to be creamed and what needs to be sifted. Creamed together while other ingredients are sifted. Well, you would sift flours, right? Flour, not flowers, but flour. That would be sifted. So let's see what in the recipe needs to be sifted. Give him devotion, simply sift together commitment, sensuality, and romance. Again, like, really? I would love to DoorDash it, but Dad wants, you know, Grandma's favorite cookies or Mom's favorite cookies or whatever he calls them. This is the only part of the game so far that I'm like, what the heck? Otherwise, it's been a good game so far. 1 common sense means 1 egg. Alright, that's obvious. Generosity, sweetness, and love. Milk, butter, and brown sugar. We know sweetness is that, so we put it in. How can love be milk or butter? Normal recipe would have less butter than milk or brown sugar. So this recipe must call for 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar, which we already put in, and half a cup of generosity. Ah, okay. So it doesn't say, but this might be half a cup. If that's the case, I need to put in more brown sugar to make it 1 cup. Put that in. Were there any hints to connect the words outside of sweetness? Everything else seems off. Nothing. No hints whatsoever. It's like you almost have to be a chef a pastry chef to figure this out. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but we're just gonna go with UHS. That's the only thing I could think of here. A cup of milk. That's half. And then we'll do another half. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't know. This is like half a cup of generosity would be butter. What did we say? One cup is one, half a cup would be that. I don't know. It's a lot of butter. It's a freaking lot of butter. Dry ingredients are sifted. So flour, cinnamon, and ginger. Commitment is flour, so we're going to go with 2 cups of that. That's 250, so that's 1 cup. I mean, at least you're not changing your Windows 10 clock. Yeah. That would be indeed crazy. It actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't. I'm just going for the answer, right? I'm never going to figure this out. There's nothing to sift with, so we just put this in there. That's 1 cup. And this is the 2nd cup. 250 equals 2 cups. We're making gingerbread cookies, right? So more ginger than cinnamon. We need to put more ginger than cinnamon. So ginger is sensuality, so that's 1 teaspoon. And romance would be cinnamon. The hell? Couldn't change it while the game was running. It kind of reminds me of MGS when you have to switch controller ports. Yes. What the heck is this? Just give me the recipe. Tell me step by step how to bake the cookies. All right, we're going to do this right now. Okay, first 3 ingredients. Let's throw this out. Let's just follow the ingredients recipe that's in Universal Hint System. But the first 3 ingredients mentioned in the instructions. You will need a cup of milk, so pick up the measured mark 250. Yeah, that's pretty easy. There's your cup of milk. Put that in. Sword and Sorcery had a similar clock mechanic. Really? The clock mechanic on that didn't really, like baffle me too much. I did get stuck at one point, I think, with the clock. But that was very vague, too. I mean, look, it's made by the same people who made this. They made Siberia, so... for the butter, you will need to switch to half cup. We need a cup of sugar, same measuring. Alright, cup of sugar. We'll be here all night if we don't do this. For the butter, you will need to switch to half cup measure. I'm sure if I sat there and I stared at this for hours on end, that I would figure it out, but The recipe says to cream these ingredients together, so it's time to use the blender. The hot spot to use the blender is on the bottoms, on the buttons of the right of the bowl. A hot spot. Alright, so we're creaming it together. Click on 1 cup. Click on the flour. So it's 2 cups of flour. Never would have figured this out. The 1 tablespoon, the larger spoon, and click on the ginger and pour it into the bowl. There you go. Smaller spoon is for the cinnamon. The recipe says to blend the second group of ingredients into the first group. Time for the blender again. And we gotta add common sense and integrity. This is the common sense and integrity, molasses. Pour it into the bowl. Then we need an egg. This is the easiest ingredients, because that's the only thing that never gets measured. Recipe says to beat together, so go ahead and use the blender one more time. Once the blender stops, it should be ready. Click on the oven in the top left. If you've made a mistake, Victoria dumps the bowl in the garbage. Note, on occasion, the game might think you made a mistake, forcing you to start over. Even when everything is done correctly, just try again and it should work next time. Really? She's gonna throw it out.
No, this doesn't taste right.
Are you kidding me? We did it right. Oh, good lord. We did it right. In order, too. 250 milliliters. Milk. One cup of sugar. We need a half cup for the butter. It's making me hungry. Blend these ingredients together. Got to be precise. I was precise. I had to make coffee earlier in the game, but that was a lot easier. That I appreciated, at least. Additional 3 ingredients. Okay. Click on the 1 cup. Click on the flour. We gotta do that 2 times because we need 2 cups of flour. Not only that, it's got to be precise, it's got to be done in the precise order too. So we need the large spoon and then click on the ginger. This is ginger because it looks like it. And we got the teaspoon for the cinnamon. Maybe that's where I messed up. Not use the right spoon. Just like baking. Well, if there wasn't like a cryptic recipe book, you gotta blend the second group of ingredients together. Use the blender. Oh, this might have been when I went wrong. Half a cup of molasses. I might have used a full cup. Click on the egg carton, click on the bowl, go ahead and use it to blend together, and then gonna tell us that it tastes awful. Please be right.
This tastes right. Dad, the cookies are in the oven.
All right, well, we did that. Let's go back. Let's save the game. Now can we go upstairs and start reading about her grandfather?
The poor kid was badly scarred. The killer stabbed her 7 times before she finally escaped to the streets. Otakar's boy Roman found her and brought her here. She's only 16, for God's sake. I promised her that I'd help her in any way I could if she would help me find the killer. So she opened up and told me her story. Can I keep this?
Yes.
I'm Gus MacPherson. I'm a private eye hired to help find and arrest the person who attacked you.
I'm Vladana Tominova. I haven't said that in a long time. I'm usually just Vladana.
Do you feel up to a few questions? I can always come back later.
No, that's okay. You can ask me questions if you wish, but I'm afraid I won't be much help.
Well, we're back in Prague. Let's ask her.
Besides the sketch you gave me, can you describe your attacker with a little more detail?
The top hat was black, and so was his cloak. The mask was silver white. It had motifs on it, but nothing I can describe accurately.
When were you attacked?
About 2 months ago.
Where did it happen?
It happened near the park. I was coming back from Mark's studio, and...
Take your time.
It was very foggy that evening. I heard someone walking in front of me. I could hear his footsteps getting closer and closer. I stopped when I suddenly saw a silhouette appear behind the fog. A man in a top hat wearing a dark cloak was standing in front of me. I froze. I couldn't move. I was absolutely terrified.
What happened next?
He approached slowly. I noticed that he was wearing a mask when he walked out of the fog. He looked like death itself. I hadn't noticed how close he had come to me. He took a swift swing at me. As he did, I let out a scream. At first I thought he had missed me, but then I noticed the metallic taste in my mouth. I put my hand to my face and looked at it. It was full of blood. Then I felt a cold sensation in my chest, followed by a sharp pain. Then another. Then another. I screamed what seemed to be my last breath. I fainted after that. I woke up in here. He'd stabbed me over and over. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
How did you end up here in this joint?
Roman found me. He was the one who scared off the killer. He heard me screaming, so he ran in the direction of the commotion. I don't know much about that. You should ask him.
You mentioned earlier that you left Mark's place the night you were attacked. Who's Mark?
Mark is a local artist. Most of the girls know him. I think he's painted all of us at least once.
Was Mark acting strange that night, or was it business as usual?
Everything was fine until Inspector Skalnick showed up.
Inspector Skalnick talked to Mark. What did they talk about?
I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying, but they were arguing about something. When Skalnick left, Mark told me to get dressed and leave. He told me he wasn't feeling well enough to continue.
Was he angry?
He was, but he made a good effort not to show it, so I left quietly without saying a word besides goodnight.
Poor girl.
In general, Mark was always nice.
Yes, always cordial, very polite and well-behaved. He would give us double what we charge a client for the time we spent posing. It was a lot better work, let me tell you. I only posed for him once, and I wish I could do it again.
Where can I find Mark?
His studio is in front of the canal near the old wall.
Well, thanks for answering my pesky questions.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself, Ledena.
And you be careful too.
Thanks, I will.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to go and see Mark. This is the beginning of chapter 4. Puts a mark on, well, literally puts a marker on our map to go see Mark. I guess we're done with the dog. So in solving the old case that the grandfather was on, it should give us clues on how to solve the case in the present time, they say. I don't know how exactly that works, but this is 1930s Prague, so let's talk to, is Peter or Roman?
Hi, Peter.
Hi! Seems you got away from raw meat.
The dog's named Raw Meat.
Do you scare your new friends like that all the time?
I'm sorry for what happened. The chain doesn't usually break. It was funny to see your face, though.
No, it was not funny.
I always do the same gag to the new guys.
What do you do for Otakar besides roughing people up?
I hurt people that Otakar doesn't like I did to you.
Yes, well, that's what I meant. Besides hurting people, what do you do for them?
No besides, I just hurt them. You're not very quick. But you make me laugh.
Okay, I guess that's my cue, Peter. I'll leave you to your hurting people. But I think you should cut down on the raw meat gag. I need a new pair of shorts.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to fix the chain.
Yeah, go fix your chain, buddy. We're getting out of here. Oh, wait. What's this?
What's the name of the boat? The Pequod.
Good timing, 09.
What's the name of the boat?
The Pequod?
Pequod.
It's the name of the boat. I'm going to write that down just in case. Peter's laugh or the laugh I put in? Because the laugh I put in, I don't know where I got it from. It sounds like Mark Hamill as a Joker. The Pequod.
What's
Right?
the name of the boat?
What are you?
The Pequod.
Okay. Nowhere else to go here. This car is still there. Alright, we have a new place. Let's go check it out before the stream ends. Gonna have to end a little early tonight. Take care of business. This way? Whoa! Having a flashback or something. Interesting. Did that a couple of times in the first game, but not many. Wait, did I go to the right place? It was a flashing icon, right? The Shore Mark's place. This Mark? No. How did I miss Mark's place if it's here? Go upstairs? No. Oh, Mark's the lingerie guy?
I shouldn't bother him.
You don't want to bother him. So wait, where's Mark's place? It says this is where Mark's place is. There. It's the first door, of course.
Hello? Hello?
Yes?
Sorry about this. I knocked and the door opened, so I came in.
That's quite all right. And you are?
I'm Gus MacPherson. I'm a private detective hired to help out with the local murders.
Really? A genuine private dick, and I can tell by your accent you're American, too. This adds so much to the authenticity of the stereotype. The name is Mark Ackerman. Pleased to meet you.
The painter, Mark Ackerman. Okay, we heard about him earlier.
Likewise. Are you British?
No, I'm a Yank, just like you are. The accent is due to living in England throughout most of my childhood. You see, Daddy is an ambassador. I sort of picked it up along the way. I hardly notice it anymore.
Mark? Qui est-ce?
Stay in your position, Apollina, please.
Apollina? We know her.
Do you have time for a few questions?
For just a few, yes, of course. It's sort of exciting, this private detective stuff.
This was a while back, but do you remember when Inspector Skalnick came here to talk to you? Actually, according to rumor, you had an argument with him. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And do you mind telling me what it was about?
Not at all. He accused me of being, as you put it so eloquently earlier, the local problem.
He accused you of being the killer.
Yes, can you believe the gall? I mean, really, me, a killer? It's totally preposterous.
Did he elaborate on his theory?
Not really. He only confronted me. He didn't present any proof or real evidence to support his allegations. I'm afraid you'll have to ask him about his little hypothesis.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask this. Did you ever employ these women other than for modeling?
I was always professional, Mr. MacPherson. I never touched those women.
Again, I apologize, but I have to ask these types of questions.
It's quite all right, I understand.
Reasonable.
Mark, j'en ai marre!
Well, I believe that's my cue.
Yes, indeed. I must get back to work before... well, before...
Yes, I know. Thanks for answering my questions. Can I come back later, maybe when you're less busy?
Certainly. As I mentioned before, your best bet is to talk to Inspector Skalnick.
Well, again, my thanks.
You're quite welcome. And good luck.
Inspector Skalnick. I guess we go back to the police station for that. How much time do I have? Do I have time to go to the police station? Let's try it. Do this real quick. A lot of this game takes place in the past, so it's kind of odd that Victoria is actually the main person in the game. It's more like Gus.
Mr. MacPherson, what can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to your boss. Is he in now?
As a matter of fact, he is. Are you gonna pester him with annoying questions?
How'd you know?
A wild guess. Go right in, my friend. It's up the stairs at the end of the hall to your right.
Alright, we'll do this quickly. We'll just question him. This is chapter 4. There's 7 chapters in the entire game, so it's not a very long game. Probably start something new on Sunday, even if we have to finish it then. Let's go in. Set up at the end of the stairs. Skalnick. Oh, it's him. We met him at the crime scene earlier when the game started.
Inspector Skelnick?
If it isn't the knight in shining armor.
You son of a...
What do you want, MacPherson? I was on my way out.
I'd like to ask you about Mark, the local artist.
What about him?
Well, I thought I remember you saying that you had no suspects related to these crimes. And this charming gentleman says otherwise.
What did he say exactly?
He said that you accused him of the crimes. May I ask why?
Yes, I considered him a suspect. Wouldn't you?
It doesn't matter what I think.
That's all the time I have for you.
That's it?
Fine. Can you at least lend me the files on the other victims?
No, MacPherson.
Why not? I just want to consult them. Hey, I thought we were working to...
No, we are not. I work for the mayor, not the whores.
Oh, low blow.
Well, it seems we work for the same kind of people, except my clients have character and honesty.
Good comeback.
This concludes our conversation. I have business elsewhere.
We're not getting the files or much from him. He leaves. We can't go back in. But the car is out. So now the gate is open. Which means there's a door back there. And we have lockpicks. I hope the lockpick mechanic is the same as it was in the first game. Unless we could climb up there somehow. Oh yeah, we can. Makes it easier. We don't have to pick this lock. Ah, didn't work. We got the rope though. Saying to use it.
I have to manage a way up.
Says we need an item.
I have to manage a way up.
Combine this with the rope, maybe? Nope.
I have to manage a way up.
This icon means there's an item for this. We just don't have it. Oh, wait. Pick this up. Let's combine that with the rope. There you go. Let's go back and use it. I bet you that's going to get us in. There we are. You got this, MacPherson. Don't mess it up. Alright. What do we have here? Let's look at everything.
I think everyone has at least a couple of these.
It's coffee. I'm gonna steal his coffee. Keys. That's what we need the keys for, right? Bingo. Another ring? Didn't we? Another photograph, too, from the crime scene. That's a shore? That's the other crime scene. That's 2. Probably gonna have to do the bit where we look at the photo and then look at reality and see what's missing from both. Alright. We're out. He came back. Thought he heard something, right? There you go. We got a new spot on the map. We're gonna go back to the burned town as well. Alright, well, we'll save it here. I need to get going. I'm enjoying this game. I hope you guys are. It's not too slow for you. I think it's a better game than Postmortem. Postmortem had a really good story. It just didn't execute it as good as I thought it would have. But it was still good. It was worth playing. This game is certainly better in terms of point and click. The second Still Life game is not anything to write home about, I'm hearing. So we may put it off for a while until we have like some free time in the future. Your streams are always good. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. We're gonna have more to come. I'll decide after this when we're gonna play Still Life. If this was a good enough ending to where, you know, we're satisfied with it, maybe we won't play Still Life 2 yet. If it's like a cliffhanger and we need the rest of the story, then we'll play Still Life then. Senor Hefe, Zero Dine, Tikaru, thank you for the raid. Eric, thank you for hanging out. Who else was here? Creature was here. Do I live in heaven? No, it's just that I have 3 windows and there's a lot of lighting back there, including the lighting I put on for the sake of being on screen. So if I turn this off, it might help a little. Now I'm in shadows. The light is behind me. God is coming down from the heavens right now. There we go. All right. Let's see who we're going to raid. Please hang on for the raid. Let me save this to make sure one more time. Always paranoid. A decent game so far. Who's online? Oh yeah, and Dr. Goa was here earlier, and Psychological Analogy. Everybody hanging out. A couple of new people in the chat too as well. What do we have going on? Who's playing this? I don't know who's online right now. Let's raid Synthetic Pound Cake. I can't stay on too long, but he is playing out his... He's trying out his Super NT. Should be cool. Take care, Tigger. See everybody possibly on Friday. If not, I'll see you guys earlier on your own streams. Good night.